and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you've been well. Today is something a little bit different. I am going to be starting my cash stuffing journey. So when I was creating my vision board for 2024 and setting my goals and intentions, the main things that kept reoccurring were I wanted to be more minimal this year. I wanted to be aware of just pretty much everything, aware of where I'm spending my money, aware of how I'm spending my time, and just aware of my mental health and my well-being. So from that, I started going down such a rabbit hole of cash stuffing. And if you are like me and you love organization, you love having a planner, then this is for you. So I am completely new to the concept. I only came across it on YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and it has taken some time for the items that I purchased online to arrive. However, they all arrived yesterday, so I'm ready to go. And I know I use the term cash stuffing. That's just what I've seen on YouTube. And people who don't know anything about it are like, what is it? It's literally just budgeting. So I'll explain a little more throughout the video. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So we'll start off with a bit of a haul. The planner that I will be using for my cash stuffing wallet is the Louis Vuitton PM Agenda. I purchased this quite recently and I set it up in my recent planner video as a little notebook. So I had some beautiful dashboards in here with some lined paper. However, once I started looking into cash stuffing and went down that rabbit hole, I realized very quickly that I already own this. So rather than buying a whole other binder for cash stuffing, I might try and use this one first. 2024 for me is about trying to be as minimal as possible and using things that I already own. So rather than going and buying a new binder, customized inserts and everything, which if you want to do that, it is totally up to you. However, I figured I would just start with this. Plus, I think this is a really great size because it would fit into a lot of my handbags. You have the card slots here, and I feel like this would be enough for me. So that is the wallet I will be using for my cash stuffing. So for the envelopes, I actually jumped onto Temu because when I Google searched A7 clear envelopes, Temu popped up. I'd never ordered from there before. I've been very conscious of those kinds of sites. So I did purchase a couple of things for my cash stuffing from there, but I don't want to make it a habit. I feel like Temu is very, very tempting, and I just wanted to be very conscious of that and not buy a heap of stuff that's going to end up in the bin in a couple of months. So I got like a 12 pack of these. I have more in my drawer, and they are simply just a clear little envelope. They have a little zip lock. They fit perfectly within the PM Agenda, and I am going to label these myself just using my Dymo label printer, which I already own. I'm sure if you have a printer at home, you could simply print off some labels and use sticky tape to stick them down, especially if you're like me and you're just starting out your cash stuffing journey and you don't want to spend heaps of money on customized envelopes. Now, I also ordered a few of the next size up. These fit into my A5 binder, and the reason I purchased these is I thought this would be a great size for my savings bundles that I don't have to carry around with me. So I will be having a savings envelope, I will have a car maintenance envelope, and I thought, seeing as I don't have to carry those around with me, this is a good size because the notes will be able to lay flat. So I purchased those ones as well. I then picked up some ballpoint pens. These are just black ink and they are in the size 0.5, which is my favorite size to write in because they're super fine. And I will link these below. I will link everything that I purchased from Temu below. I also purchased a calculator because all of the cash stuffing videos that I watch, everyone uses one, and I don't actually own a calculator. I simply use the one on my phone. However, this one just looked really nice, and I often need a calculator, especially since having my Etsy store. So I thought this one would be great to just sit on my desk. Plus, I love the colors of this one, and also the keys. They're really nice and clicky, and yeah, it's just a really nice calculator. I then ordered some acrylic organizers. So these actually came in a pack, and I will be using this one here for my cash so I can have it organized. And with my cash standing in here, I can actually fit it within my drawer, so that worked out perfectly. And then it also came with this size, which I plan to use. I'm going to do a beauty organization video soon, and I feel like this would be great for all of my eyeshadow palettes and blushes and bronzers, so I will use that one in the bathroom. And last but not least, this is not a new item, I have had it for years. My best friend purchased this for me on my 21st. It is a beautiful leather clutch with my initials here, and I haven't used this in quite a while, and I thought it would be perfect when I am heading to the bank to pull cash out each fortnight. I can pop it into here. They are all the items that I have either purchased or already owned for my cash stuffing. Now let's get into setting up my binder. Now here are the envelopes that I prepared earlier. Now the beauty of creating my own labels is I can change them as and when I see fit, and because I am new to this, I feel like there are going to be a lot of changes, just because I'm not sure what's going to work and what's not going to work. Now, in my actual binder, I plan to have an envelope for coffee, so I have these little labels. So I've simply printed these out onto quite a large sticker. It's like a shipping label, and I just cut them up. So I have here coffee, I then have one for fuel, I then have one for Remy, so I plan to put some money in here each time I get paid, and then if ever I see a really nice harness or a cute toy, then I can purchase from this envelope. I have beauty. I then have an envelope for home. I feel as though with my home I kind of neglected a little in terms of the decor and the styling, so I really want to get into that a little more this year, so I've created a little envelope for that. I then have fashion. I then have overflow, so this is for any funds that I'm kind of left with once I've done all my cash stuffing. If I have maybe $10, $20, I can pop it into the overflow. So that's kind of like a bit of an emergency fund, a bit of a backup. And then I have an envelope for bank. So that is purely for if I go and purchase a coffee or anything on my debit card and I come home, I can then take money out of the coffee envelope and pop it into the bank, and that will just make me aware that next time I'm in the bank to bank what is left in here or put it into savings. I'm not actually sure how that's going to work yet, so I'm still trying to work this out in my head. Moving on to the large envelopes, guys, I am noticing my veins in the viewfinder. That is like one of my biggest insecurities in my veins, and if you didn't notice before, you might notice it now, but it's just like, it's embarrassing. Like there's just, anyway, I find it so, I almost want to keep my hands back here, but anyway, I'm just going to forget about it. So in the large envelopes, these will be my savings kind of envelopes and the ones that I leave here at home. So I have a $10,000 savings challenge in here, and I also printed off, I just found this on Google, it's just all different amounts. The total of this adds up to $10,000, and it'll just depend on the week I'm having. If I have a little extra cash that week, I might be able to put $250 away in here, and if I don't have much, then I might be able to put, what's a small amount on here? I believe there, $40. So it just depends on the week, and I really like that type of saving because some weeks you do spend more than others. So I feel like that's going to be a great little savings challenge for me. I then have the $5 savings challenge. So I don't actually buy a lot of coffee out, like at all. I pretty much have one coffee a day and I just make that at home. So if I get to the end of the week and I still have $10 in my coffee envelope, I can simply pop it into here, and all of these little $5 icons here add up to $500. So if I have $10, obviously I can cross off 2 of those, and it's just another way of extra savings, and I feel like I will have less chance of just flittering money away if I know I can put it towards another little savings challenge. I then have an envelope for car maintenance, so this includes car insurance, rego, and then also if I ever need to get it serviced or tires. So I do plan to put $150 in here every time I get paid, because I kind of did the numbers and worked out that that would be the right amount for me. I then have an envelope for YouTube, so this is for incoming funds. So whenever I get my YouTube paycheck, which is once every month, I will go and get the cash out and pop it into this envelope, and then from there I can work out what I want to do with it. Do I want to put that money towards something that's on my wish list? Do I want to put that money towards a savings account? I can kind of go from there. So that is for YouTube. I then have an envelope for Like to Know It. It is another stream of income. So all of the links that I leave in description boxes usually are affiliate links. So I will earn a small amount of commission, and I usually get paid once a month, maybe twice a month. And I will go again, like the YouTube envelope, get the cash out and pop it into here. Now again, I have another envelope this one's for collaborations. So whenever I do a branded collaboration and I receive funds from the brand, I will again take the money out and pop it into this envelope. So these are like my side hustle envelopes. I then have designer trading, so if I sell a handbag, I can put the money in here, and then as the money builds up, I can use that money to reinvest and buy another handbag. And then this envelope here, I actually cut the binder part off it because I do plan to just leave it in my drawer, and this is just for coins, so any overflow coins, or if I do plan to do a little bit of cash stuffing with my coins as well. So that is just for my coins. So they're the envelopes I plan to use. Now I'm going to go ahead and put all of their labels on there, and I will pop these ones into the binder, and then we can get into the cash stuffing. Okay, all of my envelopes are now labeled. Oh, I'm so excited for this. So now I am going to pop my envelopes into my planner, just the small ones. And I have the way that I put the labels on here, because they have these little mechanisms to close the envelope. And if you have them all going the same way, it can get quite bulky here. So I've kind of done opposite ends to each. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to start with, at the very back, I'm putting bank, so the money that is going back into the bank, because I will leave an amount of money on my card as a buffer. So each pay maybe $100 to $200, just for the times where I don't want to use cash. I can then just use my card and put that money from the envelope into the bank. I then have the overflow, so again, just a little bit of a buffer for any time that I may need it. I then have fashion, home, beauty, and these envelopes here will coincide with my wish list. So just because there might be, say, $50 in beauty, it doesn't mean I just go out and spend $50 on beauty items. I want to stick to my wish list. So for example, I have run out of my scrub from Aesop, so I want to get another one. So I will just make sure that when the money is in here and I have enough, I can go and buy that scrub. So I'm trying to be very, very intentional this year. I then have an envelope for Remy, because I can get a little excessive when it comes to treats and toys for Remy. So I thought if I just set an amount, I won't go too crazy, and she does need a new lead, so maybe that's the next thing we'll set up for Remy's wish list. I then have one for fuel, which I plan to put $40 a week, because I do work from home majority of the time. I don't actually need to fuel up very often. Lastly, I have an envelope for coffee, and like I said, I don't actually drink much coffee out. However, by having this envelope, and if there's funds in there, I might actually treat myself once in a while and actually go and buy myself a coffee, or I can just use it for snacks. Sometimes I'm at work and I really am craving like either lollies or chocolate or just something. I can go down to the store and use that money to purchase myself food or drink. So that is what I will keep in my binder, and then I can also have my cards here. And then when it comes to these envelopes, these are the ones that are going to stay at home, and yeah, they won't come out with me. From other videos that I've seen, a lot of people have all different binders. They'll have one for savings funds or savings challenges, and I love that type of organization. I might get there, but for now I thought I would just start small. I'll start with my everyday little binder, and then these have the ability to go into a binder one day, but for right now I'm just going to use them as envelopes. So when it comes to the cash that I will be stuffing today, this is just cash that I already have. I got paid last week, so I'm already a little bit through my kind of spending money. So in here, I believe I have $445 that I will be stuffing today. However, next week, once I get paid, I will be able to do my proper budgeting method. This is kind of just working with what we've got today. So I have my cash in there, and in terms of my income, I get paid from my actual work every fortnight, so a week from today. I get paid from YouTube once a month on the 22nd. I get paid from Etsy once a month on the 6th. I get paid from Like to Know It roughly once a month, and that can really vary. Sometimes it's $60, sometimes it's $200, it really just depends. And then when it comes to collaborations as well, that just comes in whenever I do a collaboration video. So yeah, there's kind of money coming in, just little bits from all different sources. So this is going to be really, really helpful for me. So in here, like I said, I have some cash and then I have some coins. So this is not going to be super aesthetic like the other videos I watch, because when I watch a lot of American videos, their money is simply like a cream color and green. I'm sure you've all seen it. But with us in Australia, it's very, very colorful. So it's kind of ruining my vibe, but that's okay. And then these are just the coins that were in my wallet the other day. So that is now empty and ready to be filled again on payday. Okay, so now it's time for the fun part. I am going to copy exactly what I see on everyone else's videos. So basically, you grab your calculator, you have your money and you count it out, add it up and sort it. Okay, so we have $453.55. So now I'm going to go ahead and stuff my envelopes according to my very rough budget, which I have prepared earlier. Where is it? So these amounts will obviously change. I just did this based off the money that I currently have with me right now, and I only have one more week to get through before I get paid again. Okay, so let's just go through one by one. So we have coffee. I am going to put $10. So this is just for 1 week, like I said. So maybe next time I get paid, at the beginning of each pay week, I will start with maybe $20, because like I said, it'll be for food and coffee. I then have fuel, which is $40, because yeah, I roughly spend, I would say $40 a week on fuel, so that should be plenty. Oh my god, guys, this is so fun. Okay, for Remy, I've got $10. When it comes to beauty, I've got $10. Home, I have $10. And I can add as I go. So if I sell, like I sold a pair of boots on Depop the other day, so there's $80 sitting in my Depop, in my PayPal account, I can simply take that out in cash and put the $80 into fashion if I want. Where's fashion? Oh, here. And that way it kind of tops it up a little. So fashion, I've got $10. Overflow and bank, I'm just going to leave those for now because I don't think, we'll just see how I go. So that's everything in my binder. Moving on to my little savings envelope. So designer trading, I haven't sold anything recently. Coins, that's what I'll keep those in. Collaborations, I'm yet to have, I've got 2 payments incoming, so when they arrive I'll pop them in there. Like to Know It, again, should be due for payment soon. I'm kind of waiting on that one. YouTube, I won't be paid until the 22nd of this month, and that's where I've written down here January through to December, and I'm going to record each of my YouTube payments just so I can kind of keep track. Car maintenance, this is where the bulk of this money is going to go, because this is my first cash stuffing of the year, but it's already been 2 weeks. So I am going to put in here 2 weeks worth, which is $300. So I am going to do 150. Actually, that might be too much. I wanted to allocate for the year around $2,000. That will cover my rego, my insurance, and then maybe one car service. So $2,000, and I get paid every fortnight, so that's divided by 26. Yeah, so that's only $75 a week. And what week are we in? We're in week 3 right now, so 75 times 3 is, I only need to put away $225. So I'm just going to amend that, which is great because that way I can put more money into my other savings. So I am only going to do $225 in the car maintenance. Oh, it's $225, Shannon. Gosh, I feel so dumb doing this right now. It has been a long time since I've just sat down with cash. Here I was thinking I was okay with numbers, but this is like so confusing. So I need $225. So 1, literally doing it the old school way. 2, 25. So I am going to pop that. And then of course over time you can also swap money out, so that way when I have more 50s I can swap them out for these smaller ones, because I was a little bit worried. Sometimes I don't want to go into the bank and ask for specific notes, but I can just go in to an ATM, get money out. So if I get $200 out and it's all 50s, I can then kind of swap them out. So $225 is going into car maintenance. And guys, we got new notes. I wonder if any of the old ones, oh no, they're all new. This is the old $50 note. And you've got the Southern Cross there. And then this is the new one. So it's got like a whole strip there that's clear. It's so pretty actually. So yeah, all the notes were changed to this new one. And yeah, they're just a little bit prettier, I would say. So I am now going to pop that into that envelope. So it's $75 a week, which yeah, like I said, means $150 per payday. So that's car maintenance. I then have the $10,000 savings challenge. So let's have a look at what I can cross off here. So what have we got? We've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And we've got, so I might put, let's put 2 5s into the $5 savings challenge, and I'll cross 2 of these off because this is just a bonus one. This is not anything in particular, but I just thought for any 5s that are kind of left over, I can use this. So I'm going to cross off 2 5s, pop that back in there. And then once I reach 500, you never know, I might buy a designer bag. I mean, the smart thing to do would probably put it towards my student loan, but yeah, it's going to be fun to have just like a little extra savings account. So that's in the $5 savings challenge. And then there's all different challenges as well, guys. You can completely suit this to you. Do a little bit of Googling. I am just loving this whole thing at the moment, and I feel like there's so many fun options of cash stuffing. And then as for the savings challenge, what have we got here? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, $120 left. So what should I do? I might, and this is where I should be checking my diary to see if I have anything coming up that I may need some extra cash for. But when I think about it, because I'm off work for a month, I haven't really made any plans at all. I might put aside $50 in my overflow envelope because because I'm new to this, I don't know what I'm going to need or what I'm going to need to spend. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm going to put that in my overflow. And if I don't spend it, I don't spend it, but I will pop it in there just in case I need it for anything. So I hope there's an actual number for what's left. So we've got left 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Is there 70 on here? There's 75. Oh, I could do 5. I'll do a 75. We'll start with that. And I'm really keen to use my brand collaboration money or my YouTube money to cross off some of these larger numbers, because I really want to make a conscious effort to ensure that I'm putting that money to good use. And who knows, I might, you know, smash this out and realize, oh, actually I can up this to the $15,000 savings challenge rather than $10,000. So I am going to pop that into here. Let me know if you guys like this kind of content, because if you do, I can film it. Like when I get paid from YouTube and Like to Know It or brand collaborations, I can kind of put it all into an envelope and then wait for a cash stuffing video and we can stuff it all together. So if that sounds like something that you would like to watch, make sure you like this video, because I really do look at the likes to see how many people liked it enough to actually click that button. So there you have it, guys. That is my agenda already. I am so excited. I don't know what I'm actually going to do, like when I'm in the store. Am I going to flick through and pull out the cash? We'll see how we go. I feel like it might be one of those situations where I kind of, I don't know, it might be a little bit of a hassle, so I might prepare my cash before I actually pay for the item. But I will keep you guys updated, and like I said, maybe next month I will keep all of my payments that are coming in together, and then I'll do like another big cash stuffing video. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future uploads, because I have a lot of exciting videos planned. I have received my first handbag for 2024, so I can't wait to unbox that with you all. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video and I'll catch you all in my next one. Bye guys.